This as President Trump puts out another tweet. He says no deal with Iran short of what he calls an unconditional surrender.
Around the world, stock markets fell faster than a skydiver without a parachute.
When the stock market crashes, where does the money go?
In just a few hours, 13 million stocks were suddenly dumped on the market by panic-stricken shareholders. The cumulative losses amounted to $30 billion.
Down 1.7% here, a loss of 37 points or so. Apple shares are just getting hammered this morning.
We're down by between 3 and 4.5% generally across these markets. Let's talk about the speed with which we are watching this market deteriorate. We're red everywhere, essentially, down by 4-5%.
We're down over 16%. Dow at the same time has fallen about 18%.
The stock market is now down 21%.
Because we're now down 43%.
What in the world is happening on Wall Street?
2-year no yields went from 190 to 166 in the blink of an eye.
On the NASDAQ, everything and more has been completely wiped out.
It was the worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 1987.
From the financial capital of the world, the opening bell is going to ring in 5 seconds, and to be honest with you, we wish it wouldn't.
Traders here working the phone say a lot of their customers are freaked out, waiting to see how low the Dow will go. They're focused on the Dow, not so focused on OPEC. Yes, OPEC did cut production by 1.5 million barrels per day.
Really, you're seeing just broad-based declines across all of the major technology sectors. Apple's under pressure, Yahoo down 8.5%, Cisco 6.5%, Research in Motion 10%.
And we're not getting the bid wanted. We're not getting the stop trading, and we see where the buyers are. We're just, every day they're pounding it.
The heightened financial turmoil that we have experienced of late may well lengthen the period of weak economic performance and further increase the risk to growth.
Can't look at it after you buy it. It's so horrible.
We've had an 8-day losing streak in the Dow that in percentage terms puts it on par, close to the loss suffered in that crash in 1987, close to that percentage loss those 2 days in 1929.
What started in America last year has now spread to every part of the world.
Hello my friends and welcome to another Empire Report. We have some very important news to bring you, so buckle up as we try to explain what is going on. At the Empire Report we always talk about the incompetence that run the nations that make up the collective West. Due to the fact that these incompetents only have inflated narratives and state propaganda to mask the fact that they are actually useless. The crooked trumpet came to power knowing that 35 years of non-stop warmongering had left the empire's finances in bad shape. For a man like the crooked trumpet, looking at the rise of China and BRICS, his vision of white supremacy was being violated. Along with the fact that the US is technically broke and living on debt, he decided to embark on a trade war with the world, but the real target was China. But China had been watching and waiting. So when the trumpet shot his best shot, the Chinese hit back with twice the force. The pain the Chinese caused to the empire opened everyone's eyes around the world that you can stand up to the bully. Due to unbelievable levels of incompetence, hubris, and arrogance, the crooked trumpet messed up. The US courts found his whole fraudulent plan was illegal. What a surprise.
This is one of the most significant cases that the justices have decided in recent years. Here, the Supreme Court ruling that President Trump's use of these emergency tariffs that he has implemented are illegal. It's the most significant economic case to reach the High Court in years, sweeping implications for the economy and, of course, for presidential power. And at stake here are billions of dollars in revenue that have already been collected by the government.
The implications she mentioned are stark. The tariff money might have to be paid back to the American people who he robbed. The Ponzi scheme that is called the markets reacted badly and started to show signs of stress. And when the US Ponzi scheme is in trouble, all the vassal states feel the pain. As money is taken out of the US Ponzi scheme, the vassals that are deeply entwined suddenly find repaying the debt they built up over years of warmongering becomes almost impossible. At a given point something will break. With everything going up at the same time, then no money to pay your debts. we get what they call a market crash. And because markets know that all the vassals are heavily indebted, when something like the oil price goes up, the nation's finances go down. Now who will be foolish enough to do something to make the oil prices go up? That's right. The out-of-tune crooked trumpet.
A short time ago, the United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime.
Keeper, how you bad, so? Medellín, háblame fai, no hay estrés, give me the light. Un gin tonic, vamos a tomar. Yo te robo y te quito la combinai. Bad. Pa' todas las mamacitas que escuchan danzar. Y pa' que todos los manes boten el style. May, tú estás rica y bailas una chimba. Las europeas, las latinas y las gringas. Busting up the place with my style, Yo la conocí bailando en un party de esquiva. Se me pegó y me bailó la baby, es una asesina. Yo le dije mano arriba que esta noche tú eres mía. La pegué en lo oscurito bailándome en la esquina. Una gata felina, los manes le hacen fila. Ella quiere un gangster, le gustan los kilas. Ella quiere a la wall, le gusta mi estilo. Yo le tiro un flow pa' que rompan fila. Pa' todas las mamacitas que escuchan danzar. Y pa' que todos los manes boten el style. May, tú estás rica y bailas una chimba. Las europeas, las latinas y las gringas. Busting up the place with my style.
Be ever look fresh and never clean. You seen the girl them a rub in. You mean ever controlling the entire scene. And a monopoly money, my money real. Where you feel it squeal, you get the face to steal. Me not steal bars, I am the real deal. Girl them love me but give them the real feel. Go down pon her knee, push up, bring it back. She want piece of me a Lenadi. Yeah, when we put it on she and she put it on me. And I give it some way. She want me ugly, if it bump the ugly, come me
bad. Anyway, them see me, be a me gun, them a chat. Bad. Busting up the place with my style, bad. May, tú estás rica y bailas una chimba. Las europeas, las latinas y las gringas. Bad. Busting up the place with my style, bad. Get it lit, boy. Love you vibe, yeah. We the best, boy. Give me the light, yeah. And we turn it up every time. And we bust it up, watch it hype. Ha!
Keeper, how you bad, so?
He said they hit Qatar, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait. Nobody expected that. We were shocked. Are you surprised that nobody briefed you ahead of time that might be their retaliation?
Nobody, no. The greatest expert.
There you have it. Despite being warned by the Islamic Republic of Iran and by his own intel services, the crooked trumpet finds himself and the empire's economies in the mud.
When the stock market crashes, where does the money go?
In our last series we spent a lot of time focusing on gold. At that time gold was $1,200 an ounce. Today it is at $5,000. Why has gold risen so high? Because the Ponzi scheme is at the end point after the incompetent trumpet blew it. Now many of you at this point are saying, I don't do stocks and shares. I say you are wise, but if you think you will have a pension when it is your time, well, good luck with that. Most pensions are tied to stocks and bonds. But worse than that is the killer inflation. For example, the price of gold has not gone up, but the value of your money has gone down. Now apply that to everything and you see where this runaway train is heading. So the big question of the day: will the crooked trumpet and his war-hungry friends admit defeat and go home? Or will they keep making a bad situation worse? Only time will tell, but we will keep an eye on it. So for now, this was Emmanuel Gotten Wrong trying to find a way out of this hellhole for the Empire Report.